guys. Okay, so I'm kind of throwing out a lot of videos right now. The real quick reason for that is because within the next little bit I'm going to be starting my summer semester, and summer semester just goes crazy anyway, but I've actually increased my course load and I'm increasing my workload at the same, and I'm still going to have the same workload that I had before. So honestly, I'm not going to have a whole lot of time. So that's why I'm kind of trying to burn out as many vids as I can so I can get done with my 8-week semester and then just get ready for the fall then. So anyway, that's the point here. So that's kind of why I'm burning out a lot of videos right now, so that I can keep you guys kind of learning off the concepts that I'm kind of putting out, and so that you guys will have time to digest it over the time that I'm trying to digest school and work, and then I'll meet up with you after the semester has begun. I'm not going to say I'm going to stop making videos during the summertime. It's just going to be a lot less of them because I won't have the time. So, I'm kind of trying to juggle all my schedules and fit all you guys in. So, anyway, that being said, that's what I've got going on. So, I was watching Sensei Rick and Demzly's their video on the X-block, where you do this and then you do this, right? Those type of techniques, and that gave me a really good idea, and it's this, and it also gave me inspiration to kind of show you guys the process that I go through when I start to decide to make an art into my own, or I start to incorporate things from other arts into my own. And the thing is that you have to understand, the first basic point of that is that the human body moves the way it does. Sensei Rick, DTG taihojutsu, did a great video on that. I also showed a few basics of how the body moves with taihojutsu 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, once again, if you haven't watched them yet, WTF, man. I mean, seriously, why haven't you watched them yet? So, I know they're boring. I know they take forever. I get it. God, do I get it. But the fact of the matter is that if you understand those concepts, it doesn't matter who teaches them to you. If you understand those concepts, you can make anything work for you. And that's what we're after here. So, anyway, all that said and being done. Okay. So we're going off of the concept of Xing, of crossing our arms to do whatever we want it to do. Okay. This reminds me of a stance that's common in the Bujinkan and stuff like that, where they do the ten stance, or the Juji stance. Juji no Kamai, something like that. I'm wanting to think that's what they call it. Either way, names don't really matter. It's the actions, it's the motion that matters. Anyway, so they're like this, or they're like this. Well, I was taught from Chosan Ninja, and from things that I've learned from him, and other things that I've learned from Jiu-Jitsu and stuff, if you're going to have a cross stance like this, you don't necessarily want to be like this. You want to have your right foot back. You want to have your groin protected by having your knee pointing this way. Okay, so I'm protecting myself here. I'm angling my body. I'm bringing my left hand in front and my right hand behind. Okay? So, and they're not this. They're this. Okay? See the distance here. Okay? Now that we have that, okay? If my opponent throws a right hand punch, okay? A right punch, alright? Okay? What I can do there is I can just simply slap that arm this way, okay? Now with the right hand punch coming in, this will contact the inside of that elbow, okay? So when that contacts the inside of the elbow, this will also contact the back of the wrist. Bam! Okay? Now when I do that, that will entangle that arm, because the elbow will be here, wrist will be here, and I'm going to cause that arm to move. Because I've caused that arm to move, now I'm going to rotate my hand around and then rotate my hand this way around the elbow. So I've rotated that hand to grab that wrist, okay? That wrist is now mine. I'm going to rotate my hand around the elbow, okay? So now it started out this way because I've hit this way, causing this side to move, and I've hit the inside, causing it to bend. Now I have control of the wrist, and now I'm pushing up on the elbow, and now I'm going to turn him over, okay? And from that point, then I can apply the arm break, okay? If he throws a left hand punch, if he's a lefty, this is a bad day for him to be a lefty. It really is. Because if he does the left hand, I do the same motion, but the difference is that I just break the arm straight away, okay? Because when that left hand comes in, this hand is blocking on the inside of the wrist. The other arm is coming, the other hand is coming on the back of that elbow. So when I just go BAM, I instantly have a lock, or most likely, if I do this strongly, I'm going to break his arm. It only takes 7 pounds of pressure in the right position to break a bone or a joint, and most of the time it's even less. Even if it's hyperextended, it's going to be less. So if he's a lefty, bad day to be a lefty, brother, because I just broke your arm, okay? So now that we've gotten into that, so I can either turn it into a takedown arm break, I can break the arm straight away, okay? What else can we do with this thing? Well, we've already gone from here. So let's say I'm starting off from my juji stance, right? I can go straight into a push from here, okay? Now, understand, a punch is a push is a punch, okay? The difference between a push and a punch is just simply the explosion into it. A push is this. A punch is this. See the difference? Okay, so if I come from here and I BAM, right? I'm actually off balancing myself to transfer all my energy into my opponent with my chi, with everything else. So it's going to cause quite a bit of damage. Not only that, it's also going to knock them back, okay? There may be a time when I need to do that, you know. There may be a time when I may need to be in a juji stance or a choisan modified stance. Hey, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. If I'm at this point, I've got all the things that I had before. The only difference is that because my hands are like this, it looks to surveillance personnel, law enforcement personnel, and anybody else, oh wait a minute, he's just trying to get him to back away. He isn't in an offensive stance. Bull crap. This, same thing, okay? So when we do this, it's the same stance as this. This looks like I'm fighting you. This looks like I'm fighting you. This looks like, hey, I'm just trying to get you to back away. And that's all we're really trying to do anyway. But if we have to have it, it's good to know that we can have a defensive posture that looks to the outside world as he's just being totally defensive here. You know, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight, right? And the thing is that even from this position, we still have a bunch of things. So that's kind of my outlook on that. Also, if we really want to go nasty with this, we can also remember what we were talking about with the shudo, right? How not only can we chop with it, but we can also do this, right? Well, imagine the effect of this X-block shooting right across your opponent's neck quickly. It could do some serious damage. More than that, it's going to take the fight out of him for a minute. So, you know, that's the idea. It's BAM! Right? So once again, from here or here, boom! Okay? We're striking using the X. Right? So, like Rick said before, a good block is a good strike, strike is a good block. And this was even further put into it from Loyal to Law off of my Shudo video. He made a great comment with karate in that, you know, a Shudo is both a block and a strike. Absolutely. And, you know, that is something that's common in the martial arts. So, anyway, this is just stuff that I've got rolling around in my head. But I'm hoping that by you guys being able to see some of the processes, and by learning enough through YouTube and through other arts that you can find, as long as you have a strong base in an art, I don't care what art it is, so long as it is an art and you learn the basic body mechanics and functions, then you can go and create and really create your own as you see fit. Something else, and you have to be a really good, strong student of the body mechanics. So that means, you know, a lot of training. Yeah, you're going to have to find a partner, and yeah, you're going to have to train with them that wants to learn this type of thing. But we're out there, and that's why I recommend being in a school for a certain amount of time. Not necessarily for the teaching of the art, although that's a great thing, but so that you can learn the body mechanics of the human body, as far as how you react to it, how they react to you. I do this, they do that, blah blah blah. That's kind of what we're after. So you'll have the practical before you think of the creative, and that's where we're at. So anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate your comments, I appreciate your views, I appreciate your time. Defend your homes wisely.